We often say that we lack the motivation to continue to do something meaningful, like writing, filming, editing, or doing something that gets us towards our goals. We think that to get something done, we need to be mentally and emotionally motivated. We need to feel the spark within us to get started. But what if we understand how motivation works? What if we can change our view and perspective about motivation and live life and get things done without feeling motivated? Welcome to Life Aid Media and to another episode of Book Club. This is an ongoing series where I discuss and review important highlights and life-changing lessons and principles from some of my favorite books. And today, we're talking about The Motivational Myth by Jeff Haden, how high achievers reset themselves up to win. Jeff debunked the popular myth around motivation. The idea that motivation is the spark that automatically produces lasting eagerness to do hard work. The greater the motivation, the more effort you are willing to put in. He also went on and explained how we can structure our life to live happy, healthy, and fulfilled life. He used examples from his life and other successful and inspiring people. There are a lot of actionable wisdoms in his book. We are going to discuss the four main ideas in the book. Number one, why motivation is not a spark. We are going to talk about why having goals is not enough and the difference between goals and process. Number three, how to become multifaceted, and wrap it up with one question that nearly answers all questions. If you like videos about personal and interpersonal development, click the like and subscribe icon so YouTube notify you once I upload new content. Let's get started. Number one, why motivation is not the spark. This is the myth about motivation. To think that motivation is the spark that automatically produces lasting eagerness to do hard things. The greater the motivation, the more effort you are willing to put in. The idea that you need motivation to get things done is misleading us. I used to think that watching motivational videos, reading motivational books, or listening to podcasts, or watching someone doing the thing I aspire to do will motivate me. I used to say that if you can do it, I can do it also. But whenever I start doing the thing, I always lose that internal drive, the motivation to do it. Jeff said that most of us sees motivation as a sugar rush, but the sugar rush does not last. He said that the only way to be motivated is by doing. Motivation comes after you start. Your actions lead to motivation.
Most people think that motivation has to come at the beginning. You have to get this big source of motivation in order to start something. Motivation is something you can create yourself. Put in effort, the right kind of effort. You will improve. You will make progress.
Motivation is not passive but active. Once you've started, your brain will feel the dopamine hit and you will feel good because you are making progress. With his model, motivation is not the idea of wishing and hoping we can do the thing. Instead, it's the reality that we have to do it, and motivation will flow, and our brain will release endorphin, the feel-good hormone in our body. After I realized these life-changing principles about motivation, that I don't need motivation to do the things I'm supposed to do, like writing or doing the things related to my project. All I need is to start and the motivation will flow. Today, I don't wait for the spark nor the sugar rush to get started. And as motivation comes once I start doing the thing. Jeff put it together. Motivation is the fire that starts burning manually, painfully, coerce it into existence. It's feed on the satisfaction of seeing yourself making progress. And this leads to the second takeaway from the book, why goals is not enough and the difference between goals and process. Jeff debunked the general accepted principles of success. To have a goal so that you concentrate on it. Jeff argues that to have a goal is good, but it is not enough. Success depends on our process. To have a goal of writing a book will not make you to write it. But when you stick to the process, reflect and make necessary adjustments, success is inevitable. By writing a specific number of words every day, and understanding that when the going gets tough, you need to keep putting effort. It puts you on the higher chances of achieving your goals. In his book, there are many tips on how to stay on track with our process. My favorite is creating a routine. Routine is an actionable task that prepares us to our goal. If we embrace on our routine and stop negotiating with ourselves, it puts us on the path of achieving our goals. The routine may not always be interesting, but it is where we develop our mental strength, resilience, skill, and attitude. It is something that we should do to achieve our goals. The key is to set a goal, use it as a target that helps you to create a plan for achieving it, and do your best to forget all about the goals. The difference between goals and process. Process is what you do to make your goals happen. If you're a teacher, your goals is to help your students reach their potential, while your process is how you draft your lectures, rate materials, and find way to motivate your students. After reading books like The Motivational Myth and Atomic Habits, the way I see goals is to have a goals for direction and continuously focus on the process, turn the process into a routine, troubleshoot when it is needed, and make necessary amendments and reflect on what I need to do, and the cycle continues. You should read The Motivational Myth to help you to know how to remain motivated in your goal pursuit. Use the link in the description to place an order from Tonga with discounts. Now that we talk about goals and process, let's talk about how to become multifaceted. As Jeff called it, to become a serial achiever. A person who achieved this and that. The general wisdom is to be good at one thing, be a master of one thing, and don't be a jack of all trades. But Jeff suggests we should be a journalist that focus on learning different skills. This is what I've been telling myself, to focus on learning different skills like singing, writing, learning new languages, filming, coding, teaching, and so on. Because many skills overlap and synergize with each other. Like this, my online project is coming together of reading, writing, sharing my life experience, and teaching. The common thing about journalists is that they combine different skills to do something unique, like running a business or starting a side project, and so on. Basically, to run a YouTube channel, you need to be a technician, a manager, and also an entrepreneur. This is why it is good to be a serial achiever, because you can start a project on the side with your full-time job. Jeff stressed that you don't need to master different skills at once, but you should see it as a long-term goal. And he further said that to master any skill takes 5 to 7 years. And if you're a serial achiever, within 30 years, you have 5 to 7 cycles in your life to master different skills. If you probably live up to 70 to 80 years. When you've mastered different skills, you find out that you have different identity. You can be a teacher and have a full-time job and also be an entrepreneur. A good example that comes to my mind is Venus Williams. She's a professional and highly accomplished tennis player with many medals and has ranked world number 1 for 3 times. What you may not know is that Williams has a brand for women clothing, for tennis, yoga, running, fitness, and dancing. Williams does not just focus on one thing. She's a successful serial achiever. She's a successful tennis player. She has multiple degrees in fashion and interior design. What I love about being a serial achiever is that you can switch or take a break from a day job when you have a successful side business. And one thing in life is that we don't expect things to happen, but life at times do happen. When it happens, you can switch from one skill to another. We should embrace adding new identity. Take the step that lets you include and in a way that describes yourself professionally. Keep in mind that you don't have to start a new side hustle or embrace a completely new interest to be and. You strategically choose to add new skill to your skill set. We've discussed about becoming serial achiever. Now let's talk about the one question that nearly answers all questions. To succeed in life is to make the right decision. Making the right decision is easy by asking the right question. This is what most successful people do. They have a framework that questions their decision making. I start asking myself every day if what I do is in line with my goals. I have started getting answer and I'm working on it, and I see the improvement coming gradually. One of the unique tools we have is whatever we seek and ask, we always get the answer. Final word from Jeff. The motivation myth is all about getting past the fluff and puff of fireworks and achieving the goals you want to achieve. Don't tell me your goals. Don't tell me your dreams. Tell me your plan, and don't be afraid of dreaming big, because you know how to plan big. And never ever forget that every successful person started just like you. Everyone starts from the bottom. Everyone starts insecure and hesitant and uncertain. The difference between incredible successful people and the rest of us, they found a way to put aside the uncertainty and try. If you find any value in this video, like and subscribe. Go to the comment section, add your comment. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time.